there, Sue Wilson. I'm back with a card that uses some Yupo paper. This is a really cool product I want to share with you. So I'll show you some of the products we're using. This is the Yupo paper. It's perfect with alcohol inks. I'll talk a little bit more about it as we go along. We're going to be using the Poppy die, which is from our frames and tags. And I'm going to be using the Miss You die, which is one of our mini expressions, okay? And with the Yupo paper, we're going to be using alcohol inks and blending solution and the alcohol ink applicator as well, too, okay? Pop these to the side. Now, the Yupo papers comes in a 5x7. This is the white. There's also a translucent one you can get. It's a kind of a unique product in that it's coated with a special sort of coating. Nobody really knows what kind, but it's specific for alcohol inks, and it allows you to just keep blending and blending and blending, and you get these really, really unique effects with it. It can die cut, but it doesn't rip or tear it, and it resists buckling, so it's really kind of a cool thing to use, and it's super smooth. You just love the way it feels. Okay, so I'm going to be using 4 different alcohol ink colors. This is Cool Peri. Using Purple Twilight, Citrus, and the last one is Sailboat Blue, okay? I'm going to pop all the lids off. And I've got one of the applicators here with just one of the white felts on it, and these are specifically for the alcohol inks. Okay, so now to start out, I'm going to go ahead and just put a couple drops of each of the color on here. There's some citrus. There's some Sailboat Blue. Just kind of dab them around, and here's the Cool Peri. Okay, now every time you do this, it's going to look completely different. You'll never get the same effect twice, so I'm going to just start by tapping it onto the Yupo paper and just covering it all over, just sort of twisting it and turning it, laying down some color. Okay. We'll get that first base sort of color on. And nothing really much happens yet. We're going to lay down some color. There we go. So we've kind of got it filled in. So now you can see we're going to go back through. I'm going to add a little bit more color to this. Here's some more citrus, some more of the Sailboat Blue, and some more of the Cool Peri. All right. Just go ahead and add a bit more color, and you can see that it just sort of blends and moves, and it's kind of, I don't know, kind of bubbles almost. I don't know how to describe this. It's just, the paper does this. It's just so cool the way it looks. And no matter how much you do this, it doesn't get really muddy. That's the really cool thing about this. It just keeps changing, and the colors sort of blend and move and do their thing, and it's kind of exciting, actually. Now, if you want to add some of your blending solution to it, take the lid off of that, a couple of drops. That will sort of remove some of the color and give you even more of those little, like, bubbly sort of looks to it. Isn't that cool? I have to admit, this is a lot of fun to play with. Look at that. So you just get all sorts of different looks from that. And it'll grow and sort of blend and change as you add more product to it. And if you've taken a little bit too much off, you can go back in. You can add in a bit more color if you like. Put in a few more of the blue. Let's get a little more green in there too. There we go. And just look at all those. It's like little cells that appear. It's so cool. So every single time you do this, it's going to change and look different. And depending on what you add, I think a little more purple to this. Have to admit, this is a little fun. I don't want to stop. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that neat? So you can just decide when you're happy with it and think, okay, that makes a beautiful background. I mean, I just love the way that looks. You can leave little bits of it white if you like. I like it all covered. I think that looks really nice. But look at that. And that's all just from the Yupo paper doing all that, blending in with the alcohol ink. Okay, like I said, it's hard to stop, but we'll continue from there. So I'll pop these to the side. Oop, wrong one. Let's put these on so we don't knock them over onto something. There we go. And I don't know if I said, but that Yupo paper is 5 by 7 in size out of the package. So I just started with that. Now let me do just a tiny bit of cleanup here. In fact, we're going to have to use some blending solution. Take that off of our mat. There we go. Because alcohol inks don't come off with just regular water. You need to put a little bit of blending solution on there. That's better. Okay. And dry that a bit. Okay. Now, because I didn't want to waste another piece of this beautiful paper, but I wanted my sentiment to match, what I've decided to do is just die cut it out of the center of this, and then the focal element will just cover it when it's done. So I'm going to pop this through. Just keep it right in the middle. That saves me from having to waste another piece of Yupo just for my sentiment. Okay. There we go. Let me get my, okay, and pop these out. Get all my little bits out of there. Okay, perfect. So you can see that's going to match absolutely beautifully because we've taken it right out of that same pattern. It's so pretty. Let me get all the little bits out. There we go. I think I got them. Set that to the side for a moment. Now I've gone ahead and I've cut the poppy die. Isn't that lovely? Just the outer decorative with the outer cutting edge. Okay. We're going to put the center mounted upward. So I've cut the center piece to that poppy die and they've got that cute little flower there. So I'm just going to use a little bit of spray glue. We'll put that right into place. There. Okay, we add a little bit of mounting foam on the back of that. We're going to raise it. Put that right into the center where it came from. And you can add some little pearls to the flowers. Let's see, I've got some little 3mm white pearls. We'll just pop those on to all these little flowers here. They look really, really cute in the centers. Okay. There we go. Oop, stay there. There we go. Okay, so now I've got a really pretty little base for my card. So I'm going to put this on using some, let's use some glue. A little bit of the applicator glue right around the edge. That should do it. Pop that right into the middle here. Okay, and that's where we cut our sentiment, and we are going to just cover that so you won't even know that we did a little bit of a cheat there. Put that right into the middle. Now, what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut 4 of these little center flowers, which come on this die here. And I've just nipped them all apart, these little guys right there, to create a little flower like this. Okay, so what I want to do is just get a little bit of ink on that. So I'm going to use some chipped sapphire distress ink. Oops, oops. And I'm just going to go to the edge of this and just hit the tips of those petals and right on the very top, just to tone in some of that color. That'll work. Put a little bit of glue on that. I'm going to seat that right on the same spot. And I'll come back to that in just a second. I'll give that a second to sort of set up. So now I'm going to take my sentiment that I've cut out of the center. I've done a couple of white ones just to raise them up and get them a little bit more secure, tiny bit more dimension. I'm going to use those as the base. Pop this right on top. There we go. And see, that should sit on there just perfectly. I'm going to give this one a bit of spray on the back. And I'm going to use a little bit of my fine applicator glue here just to make sure it's good and secure. And we're going to pop that right into the center here. There we go. And you've got an absolutely beautiful card, and that Yupo paper just brings it all together. I think it's so pretty with the matching sentiment too. Hope you've enjoyed that, and I do hope you'll give some Yupo paper a try. It's a lot of fun. See you soon.